Shameless, luminous, untamed truth. SLUT.
Hello! I'm Jupiter's Slut. I am helping women to stand in their truth. 3 years ago, I set out to write a book about my own shame around masturbation. I had no idea what a touchstone that was going to be for massive change in all areas of my life. I'm here to share what I found most transformative about having spent a year researching and then a year writing about my own pleasure and shame around sexuality. My church didn't talk so much about the role of sex in life or in marriage, but I got the clear message that I wasn't to masturbate, that would make me a selfish lover, and that sex was for procreation only, in the marriage bed only, and to be heterosexual only. In sex ed class, we basically were taught use a condom. I think I had pretty good sex ed for the 1990s, so we did get a little video on how sperms and eggs meet up, as well as an actual live demonstration on a wooden dildo-ish thing by the local nurse of how to put on a condom. That was about it. There was pretty much zero education as to what sex was about, what sex would be in my life, and no permission to talk about it anywhere, ever. I learned about sex from handing my body over to boys and men and seeing what they would do with them. I had no expectation or goal of an orgasm or even any idea about what might happen during sex other than potentially a penis and a vagina. I was so freaked out and scared in general by sexuality, so I would just kind of observe what people would do to my body if I let them. And sometimes it was almost as if I wasn't there. I don't feel like I even learned what sex was from a female perspective. I feel like I still haven't. I'm 40 years old and I've just begun to research what my own intrinsic sexuality is, as opposed to that learned from men or that in service to men. Movies, books, culture, friends, everybody puts pressure on women to be attractive to men and to have a man. That's about as far as a woman's agenda is pursued, to get a man and maybe to get kids, right? A sexual agenda for me that's female-based, that's pleasure-centric for a woman was really revolutionary. And I'm excited about uncovering the rest of my own sexual agenda now that I've gotten started. But I'm also really excited about sharing what I think is the most powerful parts with the rest of the world and with other women. And number one is that if we can't talk about sex when we're safe and feel safe doing it, how the hell are we going to expect victims to speak up? And how are we going to speak up when we feel scared in the moment during sex or during a situation that could lead to sex? I started this book before Kavanaugh. I started this book before Me Too. But I sure as hell didn't start this book before the Catholic Church sex scandals. When people are ashamed to speak up about sex because it is so stigmatized, it festers and grows. Silence is a way to perpetuate more victimhood, more abuse, more shame, and more pain. If you want a world that is full of sexual joy and delight and empowerment for women in and out of the bedroom, start talking about your sex life. Start talking to yourself about what you enjoy, what brings your body pleasure, and sometimes tell someone else as well. That's the first tidbit of wisdom I have from my experience being entirely shameless in my experiments with self-love.
Every woman who stands in her truth illuminates a world in which women are valued, respected, and loved. Every woman who speaks out lights the way for us all.